Family is everything, but to my kids, I'm nobody. That night, they were going to find out their father's true legacy. Imagine the scene. The baddest man on the planet, the unstoppable force, the living legend Mike Tyson, stepping into the ring one last time. The electricity in the air is palpable. Fans are on their feet, hearts pounding, ready to witness a fight for the ages. But what if I told you this wasn't the triumphant return everyone expected? Instead, it became an unimaginable spectacle that would forever alter Tyson's legacy. This fight wasn't against a seasoned opponent or a rising star. It was against Jake Paul, a YouTuber turned boxer, 31 years younger and far less experienced. The result? It wasn't just a loss. It was a public collapse that left fans stunned, outraged, and heartbroken. Many felt the fight was rigged. Tyson, at 58, stepped into the ring for what would be the final chapter of his illustrious career, promising drama, excitement, and nostalgia. Yet from the opening bell, something felt off. Tyson's movements were slower. His punches lacked the power and ferocity that once defined him. Watching him land just 18 punches over 8 rounds, a far cry from the 40 to 50 he used to throw effortlessly, was like witnessing a hero reduced to a mere shadow of himself. Jake Paul, on the other hand, didn't seem eager to dominate. It was clear he was holding back. Imagine a YouTuber playing it safe against one of the greatest boxers in history. Paul's cautious approach wasn't about respect. It was about PR management. Knocking out a 58-year-old legend would have turned the internet against him faster than you could say cancel culture. So why would Mike Tyson, a man whose name once struck fear into the hearts of opponents, agree to this? The answer is simple: money. Tyson reportedly pocketed $20 million for the fight. At that price, who wouldn't step into the ring, even if it meant becoming a meme for eternity? However, the cost was more than just physical. It was his legacy. The thing that made him a living legend was now tied to a loss against a YouTuber. Fans were outraged. Some called the fight elder abuse, while others dubbed it a scripted circus. The internet exploded with conspiracy theories after a leaked prediction matched the event's outcome suspiciously well. People had bet real money, expecting Tyson to show at least a glimpse of his former self. Instead, they witnessed slow jabs, awkward footwork, and a performance that was frankly hard to watch. The judges scored the fight 80-72, 79-73, 79-73, a unanimous decision that felt like an obituary for Tyson's career. To make matters worse, Tyson's life outside the ring became chaotic. His wife, Kiki Spicer, reportedly pulled the plug on his career, prioritizing his health and what was left of his legacy. Tyson himself seemed torn. One day he'd hint at fighting again, playfully calling out Logan Paul, Jake's brother, while the next day he'd admit, "I don't have the stomach for this anymore." Hearing those words from a man who once reigned as the most feared fighter in the world was a gut punch to fans who grew up idolizing him. The aftermath was a legal nightmare. Tyson faced a $1.6 million lawsuit from a Cyprus-based company over a breached promotional contract linked to the fight. Netflix, the event sponsor, faced a $50 million class action lawsuit after their live stream failed, leaving nearly 1 million viewers dealing with glitches and buffering. Fans who paid top dollar for the pay-per-view felt cheated and demanded compensation. Critics didn't hold back either. Boxing legends like Evander Holyfield and Buster Douglas condemned the fight, calling it a disgrace to the sport. These were men who faced Tyson in his prime, and seeing him reduced to this was more painful than any punch he ever threw. Jake Paul's post-fight comments added salt to the wound. "After I saw him getting tired, I didn't want to hurt him too much," he admitted. Imagine that. A YouTuber sparing the baddest man on the planet out of pity. The harsh reality was undeniable. Tyson's time had passed. Perhaps the most tragic aspect of this debacle is what it means for Tyson's legacy. His reign in the 80s and 90s, his devastating knockouts, and unmatched power now seem overshadowed by this misguided comeback. The event wasn't about reclaiming glory. It was about cash. Everyone saw it, everyone knew it, and the only thing more obvious than Tyson's exhaustion that night was the paychecks being cashed behind the scenes. As the final bell rang, it was clear. Mike Tyson's legendary boxing career ended not with a thunderous knockout, but with a bittersweet mix of lawsuits, public embarrassment, and a legacy hanging by a thread. Fans wanted a nostalgia trip but got a broken-down roller coaster instead. While Tyson's name will forever be etched in boxing history, This final chapter is filled with pain, regret, and the harsh reality of time catching up with even the greatest of legends. This wasn't the ending anyone wanted, but perhaps it's the one we needed, a stark reminder that even the mightiest warriors must one day lay